it going, everybody? So in the last video, you saw me unbox these wheels and get them mounted on the CX, and they look killer. And to complete the installation, I need to do a few things. So in this video, I'll walk you through how I made the caliper stay bracket here, and then I'll also take you through mounting up the coil and then the regulator rectifier up under the tank, which you'll see. So stick around, hope you like it, and hope you learned something. Thanks. Morning. It's Saturday, we're back in the shop and we're working on the CX. I made some brackets yesterday on the bike to mount the coil and the regulator rectifier up under the tank, but I just did time lapses. I didn't really feel like talking to the camera, just making little brackets, so nothing too serious. But today we're kind of continuing the same thing. We're actually working on the rear caliper bracket stay, so I need to keep this from rotating, obviously. So what I'm going to do, I've already made a counter bore for this side, which you can see there, and then I've just done a spacer on this side, and I'm going to make a little tab just to add a 1/4 inch steel, weld to the subframe, or weld to the swing arm. That'll keep that nice and steady. And then I actually have already, what you saw, I've bent this piece up. I have to cut it down, but that's going to mount in between those two spacers slash counter bores. And then what I'll do is work on, sorry, just swinging the microphone around. I'm going to trim this speedometer bracket or speedometer pickup sensor mount, whatever. I'm going to trim that down and re-weld it right here so it fits up shorter. But this is all designed to kind of work together. So I'm just trying to keep it clean and keep it functional. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this bracket out, and then I will cut this piece, get them all fitted and welded, and you will see it as I go. So I've got the stay done here. 1/4 inch steel, nice strong bracket. I am going to weld it on the back side once I blow the bike back apart. And then I did a counter bore here and a spacer there, and then did a nice bend and tigged this all together. So now all I have left to do is actually just shorten this bracket. Shouldn't be that hard. It's brand new aluminum, so even though it's cast, I should be able to get it split and glued back together, so to speak. But it's not like I have to do that. It's just to move that closer to make it look cleaner because, OCD and stuff. What do you think? What do you think? So I've come to realize that I say "so" a lot in these videos. Aspen agrees. So I'm working on the bike. I have a strap for the battery on order, so I can actually determine the mounts and stuff like that. But it's going to go in this position. It should be very close to where it will be. and then I can build a fiberglass cowl, should clear that. And then these holes here, which I'll have a 2 pins for the seat, I should be able to lift the seat and then rock it back, because my front release is going to be on there. So I'm just trying to think ahead here. So now the challenges are mounting the regulator rectifier and the coil. So what I'm doing, I'm going to put the coil back here, and this is an Ultima coil for V-twin, like a Harley sourced bike. 2 inputs with a ground. It's going to be very simple and a lot higher output. So I'm going to mount it about right there. I'm going to build some brackets to come down off the frame, and then as of now I'm just debating on where to put the regulator. Now I'm not going to put it underneath, because that kills the visual of the bike. And I'm thinking about putting it actually under here. So here, let me go ahead and pull the tank here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now that we have light. Okay, coil is going to be mounted right here. I think this is going to be the best position. I have a little bit of bend for my coolant hose here, so it shouldn't interfere once it's connected. And then I have room on the downside for routing my plug wires. And I should have room for any kind of fuel lines, any kind of throttle cables, that kind of thing. I think that'll be the optimum spot. And then with the regulator, I think I can put it about right here. It fits fine under the tank, but with regulators you want to try to mount them out of the heat, and I'm debating the kind of heat I'll experience under the tank, because fuel typically stays kind of cool, and it'll be in a darker, or it'll be in a shaded spot, so it won't get any direct light or anything like that. But I don't know, you get a lot of heat rising from the engine. Oh, really? You get a lot of heat rising from the engine, but to counteract that, I'm thinking, you do have airflow coming from the front here along the backbone under the tank. That can help cool it, and then at the same time, you're going to have an electric fan that's going to also be pushing air right through this area. So maybe it'll be fine. Another option is actually down in this area. Behind the engine. Nice tight fit in there. Now, if I was going to make timing adjustments, for some reason I'd have to pull that cover off, I would have to remove the regulator. So this is another option, and you might be thinking like, oh, well, your overflow reservoir goes there, but I'm not going to mount one in that spot. I'm going to do like an aftermarket mounted somewhere, probably close to the radiator, just to minimize length of the hose and everything like that. But that's where I'm at. I'm going to figure this out, and I think what I'm going to do is just start with the known mounting of the coil. I'm going to start building a bracket to weld to the frame here. That'll be what I start with. And these guys are going to go outside because they are not happy with me right now. Anyway, on to the work. Check it out. Regulator's mounted along with the coil. Nice and tidy. I think it'll be good under the tank. There's plenty of room, and I just hope that it's going to catch a little bit of airflow from up front and or the electric fan. Looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down and set the tank on it. Just like that. I can pretty well fit my hand all the way around the regulator. There's plenty of room. Nothing to contact it on vibration or whatnot.